uh, tomorrow is a very crucial day also, 15th. So I will tell you in the last what to do. So here we are going to give live and Independence Day starts. So welcome one and everyone. Here we are on the platform of Metamorphosis together once again to celebrate the spirit of unity in diversity as we all gather across the globe, across the nation, seven seas, and with me there are members of Metamorphosis from global across the nation to celebrate this wonderful 78th Independence Day of India. So together we will and we can empower nations through our value system, through our traditions, through what we are set out to bring a change. So as mentors, as guides, as inhabitants of India, we follow the culture on a very strict basis, which I think all the cultures need to follow as per the territory and the state of the country. So together we are here to celebrate Independence Day with each and everyone. And before I start, I would like to share that Sonal Seth will take forward the session with the names as per given to her. She will call her one by one. So Sonal, you will call Pratik ji after the video and he will share some insights into value-based systems and integrity in education. So welcome one and all. And over to you to start, Sonal. Then I'll show the video. Lalit ji, for 2 minutes, stay there. Yeah, आप बोलिए.
Shall we start with the video or shall I give a
No,
welcome
you
speech?
start with what you have shared information,
Okay.
and then I'll show the video.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone, all distinguished guests, honorees, and esteemed colleagues. Welcome to the iconic Tiranga Award ceremony and a celebration of extraordinary individuals who have made a significant contribution to our society and country. This award represents the spirit of our national flag, the honor of the courage of saffron, the peace of white, and the growth of green. It's our honor to acknowledge those whose tireless effort and selfless dedication embody the values. Tonight, we celebrate their achievements and recognize their lasting impact on our community and nation. Thank you for joining us in honoring this exceptional icon award. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Sonal. So, Lalit ji, I would like you to share the video, and then Sonal will light up a diya with the mantra after the video. So, Lalit ji, please share the video.
ना देख मुझे यूं मुड़ मुड़ के तेरा मेरा साथ यही तक था ये तेरी ज़मीं तेरे खून से ही तो सजती संवरती है रांझे तेरे इश्क की मैं हकदार नहीं तेरी हीर तो धरती है रांझे तेरी मिट्टी गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरी खेतों में लहरावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए सौ दर्द सहे महफूस रहे तेरे आन सदा चाहे जान मेरी रहे न रहे ये मेरी ज़मीं महबूब बहे फीका न पड़े कभी रंग तेरा जिस्मों से निकल के खून कहे हाय तेरी मिट्टी में गुल बन के मैं इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरी फसलों में लहरावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And together we hold the lamp of spiritual unity for everyone. Together, let us come together to bring a wonderful nation, to create humanity in education, because that is the need of the hour. इंसानियत हमारे खून में दौड़ता है और हम उसके लिए हमेशा हमेशा अमर रहेंगे. It's not only the soldiers on the battlefield. It is we educators also, day in and day out, striving to bring a change in the mindset, a change across the nation in the mindset, so that the next generation of tomorrow becomes better leaders, so that they can stabilize the economy of the country, stabilize leadership qualities, and become beautiful human beings to empower another set of generations ahead. So welcome to each and everyone. And I hope I did not forget anyone on the video. Each and everyone was there to bring a change over here. And over to you, Sonal, to light the diya and start. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah.
I forgot to take the diya.
Yeah, you can light up the diya and say the mantra that you have written. हाँ.
Actually, I didn't forgot to take the diya.
नहीं,
Can I say the mantra?
आप ऐसे हाँ, no problem.
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा भारत माता की जय.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Sonal, for this. And you will start with Pratik ji. And Pratik ji is one of the most esteemed members of Metamorphosis, always there to support me and will be there whenever I actually need him. So thank you, Pratik ji, for gracing this event today on the 17th Independence Day. And Sonal, invite Pratik ji to speak. And I will try to see if I can make Pratik ji host to share the screen. So in the meantime, Pratik ji, you can start your speech. I'll make you the host. Yeah. Over to you, Pratik ji. Sonal, welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll welcome our most esteemed guest, Pratik ji, today. He's a scientist and a very efficient member of Metamorphosis. Please welcome Pratik, sir. Are you there? Is Pratik ji there?
Yeah, Pratik ji, you can start speaking. You're mute.
Pratik sir, you are mute.
Hello.
Welcome,
Can you hear me
sir.
now? Okay. During my talk, I need one image. I already sent it to Sunil ma'am. Can you please share for me, because here I'm facing technical glitch. I don't know. Oh, okay. So today we are celebrating 78th Independence Day. So happy Independence Day. Now, today I'm going to discuss a very important topic. Sonal ma'am asked me to talk on this topic, which is nowadays a need of an hour. So I titled my, it's basically, I was thinking about education and integrity. when I was studying before the conference, and I started writing, and it became a scholarly article. So I will publish tomorrow uh, in in one of the newspaper, and once I publish, I'll share the newspaper link also. So I titled The Integrity Crisis in Education. Are we failing our students? That's my title. So today we gather in a world that is rapidly transforming. Our educational institutions, once revered as bastions of knowledge and integrity. So, and now this knowledge and integrity are now facing unprecedented challenges. So, as we educators, we bear the responsibility not only to impart knowledge, but to embody the very values we wish to instill in our students. It is time for a critical examination of the intersection between education and integrity, a topic that, while often discussed in various platforms, but remains profoundly underexplored in its complexity. Just hold on. I think someone is disturbing me. Okay, so let us begin by confronting a harsh truth. Integrity in education is under siege. The rise of academic dishonesty, corruption, sorry to say, and ethical lapses within our institutions is not just a concern, it is a crisis. We are witnessing a troubling trend where the success often overshadows the truth and ethical conduct. So plagiarism, cheating, and falsification of records are not isolated incidents, but systematic issues that threaten the very fabric of our educational ethos. Now, why is this happening? The answer lies in the intense pressure we place on our students and ourselves. So, the relentless chase for grades, rankings, and recognition has created an environment where ethical compromises are sometimes seen as necessary evils. So we have inadvertently encouraged a culture where the end justifies the means. This is a dangerous precedent that erodes the core values of education. Can you share the image which I sent it to you, ma'am?
I've made you the host, Pratikji. You can share if you want. I've made you the host.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will let you share. Okay, is it visible?
Yes.
Is it visible? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is as you can see here, academic dishonesty. I have tried to explain this here. You see percentage of students involved in academic dishonesty and high school and undergraduate educational levels and graduate. Okay, now let me explain this so that you will understand better. The image which I shown, that was a stacked bar chart that represents the distribution of different types of academic dishonesty across 3 educational levels: high school, undergraduate, and graduate. Okay, now there are actually, I have categorized academic dishonesty into 4 types. The one is cheating on exams. So that particular segment represents the percentage of students who admitted to or were caught cheating on exams. The second was plagiarism. That segment shows the percentage of students who engage in plagiarism, which involves copying or using someone else's work without proper citation. Then the third was fabrication. Fabrication represents the percentage of students who made up data or information in their academic work. And the last fourth one is the other forms. So that includes other less common forms of academic dishonesty, such as falsifying records or unauthorized collaboration. So I observed and I analyzed. I took a lot of surveys and some interviews during my travel, and I analyzed and I came to know that in the high school, cheating on exams is 30%, plagiarism 20%, fabrication 10%, and other forms 5%. Okay, that means cheating on exams is the most prevalent form of academic dishonesty in high school. Other forms of dishonesties are less common. Then when I studied in undergraduate, I found cheating 40%, plagiarism 25%, fabrication 15%, and other forms 10%. That means cheating on exams is even more common at the undergraduate level, with plagiarism and fabrication also being significant issues. And the last one is graduate level. So graduate level, I found cheating on exams 25%, plagiarism 30%, fabrication 20%, and other forms 15%. So plagiarism is the most significant issue at the graduate level, with fabrication and other forms of dishonesty more prevalent compared to high school. So that chart which I revealed now about academic dishonesty is a significant issue across all educational levels, with different forms of dishonesty being more prevalent at different stages. So cheating is most common in high school and undergraduate levels, while plagiarism becomes more of a concern at the graduate level after the implementation of chatbots and artificial intelligence. So the stacked bar chart effectively illustrate these trends and highlights areas where educational institutions may need to focus their efforts to address academic dishonesty. So now the integrity of education is not a mere ethical principle, is the foundation upon which the creditability of our institutions rests. Without it, our work loses its meaning and our students lose their trust in the very system designed to guide and inspire them. So if we are to reclaim the true essence of education, we must confront and address these issues head on. First, we need to redefine success. It is time to move beyond superficial metrics like test scores and grades. True success should be measured by the character and integrity of our students, not just their academic achievements. So we must create an environment where ethical behavior is celebrated and where students understand that true excellence comes from adhering to principles, not merely achieving results. Second, we must lead by example. Integrity must be demonstrated in every action we take, every decisions we make, and every interaction we have. So our conduct should reflect the highest standards of honesty and accountability. So when we, as educators, allows ourselves to cut corners or engage in unethical practices, we undermine our authority and betray the trust placed in us by our students and the public. Moreover, we must engage in open dialogues about ethics and integrity. This conversation should not be what you can say relegated to occasional discussions, but should be integrated into the fabric of our curriculum and institutional policies. So students need to understand the real world implications of ethical behavior and the long-term consequences of compromising their values. Finally, we must support and empower those who uphold integrity. This means recognizing and rewarding educators and students who demonstrate exceptional ethical conduct, which Metamorphosis is doing, is already doing. So it also means providing robust support systems for those who face challenges in maintaining their integrity in a different environment. So education without integrity is like a ship without a rudder. So it may move, but it lacks direction and purpose. So our role as educators is not just to fill minds with knowledge, but to shape character and a sense of moral responsibility. So we must rise to this challenge and ensure that our educational institutions are places where integrity is not just taught but lived. So let us recommit ourselves to the principles of integrity. Let us challenge the status quo and strive to create an educational environment where ethical behavior is the norm, not the exception. And by doing so, we honor the true purpose of education and ensure that our legacy is one of profound and lasting impact. With this, I conclude my talk. And once again, congratulations to Metamorphosis for organizing this event and for organizing back-to-back this kind of events for the educators, researchers, and for the entire education fraternity. So thank you so much, all the lovely audience, for actively, patiently listening to me. And once again, happy Independence Day to everyone. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratikji, for gracing this event. Definitely, as we say, a drop fills the ocean, and a drop fills the sea, and the sea merges with the ocean to become the ocean itself. तो जब हम कहते हैं बूंद बूंद से घड़ा बढ़ता है, तो यहाँ हम सब एक बूंद की तरह है. और definitely, yes, we are not going to stop. I have some amazing people with me who are always there to reach out to ask me, please let me know when is the next session. So definitely, thank you for being with me for unstoppable 4 years, I will say. So Pratikji, from last year to this year, you have actually been with me for Metamorphosis. And I hope I will share this with all, that if I am walking on the right track. So thank you so much everyone. तो प्रतीक जी के जो स्पीच थी, प्रतीक जी की जो टॉक था, वो इंटीग्रिटी और वैल्यू बेस्ड सिस्टम से था, where Indian culture is merging into, because I have seen that people who are settling abroad, they are not happy. They are not happy. They are going there to settle their children, but under they are missing the Indian culture. And by that time they realize that they have made a mistake, it is too late to bring the children back. And because of this, the generation is missing on the culture and the root system, and more Western culture is coming, which I think it is not bad, it is good. But how to balance that culture? We have Rania ma'am, we have Jenny ma'am to share how we can blend these cultures deep rooted into the traditional systems of teaching. So we will just come back to them, and a small talk I will share in Hindi for all of you. So later on, I will give it to you in English. Sonal will give it to you in English. So as per Pratik ji's speech, जो उन्होंने बोला है, जो उन्होंने कहा है, इससे एक चीज आती है, वो संभावना है। संभावना संभावना का दृष्टिकोण अवसरों के नए नए द्वार खोलता है और आशंका की सोच या प्रवृत्ति भय और निराशा के अंधकार में धकेल देती है। Let us not dwell into the darkness of what people are taking us through, what the society is taking us through. Let us keep our minds open to use education in a better way, to understand the logics behind each and every act of ours. Disha or Dasha. Direction is the most utmost thing. Are we going in the right direction to empower the nation? Are we going in the right direction to create a better mindset? So there will be people who will misguide you. There will be people who will take you on the wrong track. But it is up to you to use the education, not academic, but a sense of growth mindset. दिशा और दशा, हमारी सोच की दिशा ही हमारी दशा का निर्धारण करती है। अंत, यदि अपनी सोच का हम सकारात्मक रखेंगे, पॉजिटिव थॉट्स मैटर अ लॉट, सकारात्मक रखेंगे तो उत्साह और ऊर्जा से भर जाएंगे और हमेशा बेहतर कर पाएंगे। Let us feed our thoughts with more positivity, more better ingredients of knowledge and wisdom, which our Vedic traditions and our forefathers have inculcated in our fathers and mothers, which we need to carry forward, blending into the education system. आशंका, अनिष्ट या सफलता की आशंका हमें विचलित कर देती है, किंतु हमें हर क्षण ध्यान रखना होगा कि आशंका का बादल संभावना के असीम आकाश से बड़ा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है। The sky is vast. The sky is not the limit, I will say. We all have to go beyond the horizon, to take the risk, to understand what is lying beyond the rainbow also. So the rainbow is just a small piece, giving us a lesson that yes, I am there. Behind me, there is a vast knowledge in the universe. So संभावना का असीम आकाश से बड़ा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता है और होना भी नहीं चाहिए। खोज, search for knowledge. Be hungry for learning all the time. Let children be curious to understand what is actually the traditional knowledge-based teachings are. What is the traditional Vedic system of teaching is. I will not say कि आप Gurukul system अपनाइए, but connected with the education, because because of the technology and because of the mobile in the handset, because of the mobile in the hands of the children, the culture is becoming bad, which in turn is leading to a better bad society. So it is up to us to take the boundaries, to break the boundaries of letting children use the mobile as and when it is used for productive usage and not for wastage of time. So knowledge of the usage of the mobile. खोज, वर्तमान परिस्थितियों की भरपूर समझ और पूर्ण स्वीकारता और अपनी रुचि तथा क्षमताओं को ध्यान में रखकर ही हम संभावनाओं की तलाश कर सकते हैं और यही अभिष्ट होता है। So this is all Pratik ji has tried to empower through the integrity-based education, knowledge-based education. We have to understand the value of the Independence Day. Independence does not mean misuse of the independence given to us. Use of it in the right direction, for the right method, for the right reason, and for the children as per age group. So it is up to you how we are going to create it. Over to you, Sonal. Thank you, Pratik ji.
Yeah, even I find one more thing. When I visited, Jenny ma'am will agree with me. I visited Northeastern University in Boston, USA. There they celebrate, every year they celebrate Ganpati, Navratri,
Let's keep our minds
with
open.
the same standards, with the same standards. If you go to New York streets, you will find 9 days they celebrate Navratri. Okay, they celebrate each and every festival. So our students who went to foreign for studies, they are, they are culturally so rich. In spite of having so many problems, they what you can say, they tried their best to celebrate each and every festival. I know they have lack of resources, lack of some things which are not available there, but they create something innovative, inclusive, and they celebrate each and every festival. So that's a great point that our students who are going abroad, they, we cannot blame them because they are also they are influenced by Western culture, but their roots are still in India
Attached, yeah.
attached because of the moral values. As a parents, our Indian parents are inculcating or imbibing into them. So
That is,
that's
yeah.
a positive point.
Yeah, that is why we always say कि grandparents का होना बहुत जरूरी है. We need to be connected with the grandparents, and I think there are few unlucky ones who did not get the grandparents teaching. But I think knowledge and education is there with us all, and we have Bhatia sir, we have many other senior educators with us. So definitely कहीं ना कहीं हम connected तो है ही इन लोगों के साथ कि हमें जो guide करते रहे और सही मार्ग दिखाते रहे. So I think it is all about connecting to the roots, the culture, not letting it break, because जब हमारे roots break हो जाएंगे, the tree will break. So roots are very essential, and those roots come from usage of the right educated mindset. I will always say educated mindset is not only about marks or degrees on paper. Educated mindset is actually about using the roots, the culture that we belong to, irrespective of the state, country, and blending it into the academics. So now I think India is going to welcome us for festivals. India is going to welcome for a festival. Each and every festival has a significance. So I have heard most of the teachers just doing Diwali mana rahe hain, Rakhi mana rahe hain. No, we don't want that. What is the significance of celebrating Rakhi? What is the actual significance of celebrating Diwali? It's not only for lights. Are we burning the light inside us or no? Are we creating a symbol of light for others or no? We are not. कहीं ना कहीं हम एक दूसरे को पुल कर रहे हैं, नीचे गिरा रहे हैं, एक दूसरे के प्रति हेट्रेड की भावनाएं पैदा कर रहे हैं. So I think this is not meaning of the festival of lights. Let the festival of lights come inside you. If you say that we are spiritual, you follow the Guru system, let it show, let it be seen through the actions. The conferences and the award shows are not going to show you things. We have to collectively create such kind of a teaching pattern. So ये हमारे बच्चे आने वाले टाइम पे सीखते रहे और blend करते रहे academics में. So thank you so much, and thank you lovely girls for listening. So we are lucky to have these four beautiful girls, the legacy taking forward. So over to you, Sonal. Thank you, Pratik ji.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful hearing you all, ma'am. Now I would like to call and Bhatia sir. We would love to hear from Bhatia sir also. Please, Bhatia sir, take the
Stage.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and young children, those who are going to be part of today's celebration. Well, on the eve of 78th Independence Day, I send my best wishes to one and all. We are celebrating 77 years of independence. That's going to be tomorrow. Well, a lot has happened in the country during last 5 to 7 years, ever since this new government has come up. India has become one of the global leaders at this point of time. Rest of the world looks up to India as a global leader. Well, if we look at the GDP growth of this country, which is going to be fifth highest, in this year, that is 2024, GDP of India is going to be fifth highest, that's 7.2%, which is pretty good. A lot of changes have taken place in India in terms of infrastructure. You must have seen roads, railways, and so many other infrastructure changes which have taken place in the country. If you look at the recent budget, 1.26 lakh crores have been earmarked for education in this budget. That means government is really serious. Last 5 to 7. Government is really serious about improving quality of education in the country. Well, again, few other things like Article 370 is gone. A lot of changes which are taking place in Jammu and Kashmir. Recently, notification for CA also has come. CA is basically Citizens Amendment Act. All those who are being troubled in other countries, those who have come back to India, the government of India plans to have them as citizens of India. NRC is something which is on the cards, and uniform civil codes is again another one thing on which I think very soon we'll be hearing something good about this. Well, somebody has said beautifully that in case you want to change any country, what needs to be done is improve quality of education. Well, before this policy, that is National Education Policy 2020 had come up, there were, in fact, the people were not really bothered about the education or quality of education. I think that was in the interest of the politicians. Once you find that people have been educated, they'll start reasoning, they'll start questioning, and they start losing their votes also. So a lot of political parties were not interested in education. But anyway, the current government is pretty serious about working on the quality of education. Well, I'd like to say the day teaching job is going to be a dream job for the people of this country, I think the country is going to change, and the education, the quality of education also is going to change. Of course, if you look at the political morality, I think that is at the low at this point of time. Love for the country is something which is again missing to a great extent in we Indians. I'll just like to, say a small incident. It was 1945. 1945 was the time when the Second World War had just ended. The two bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Japan was badly shattered, and the World War suddenly, ended. So 1945, there were two boys, Japanese boys, they were studying in UK in one of the university. In 1945, these ball pen, they were not available, and writing with a pen was really, writing on a piece of paper with a pen was a difficult affair. So those two boys, when they were there in their classes, when they were taking their notes, one of them used to write with the pencils made in Japan, and the second one was to keep next pencil ready because the lead of the pencil used to break very often. So somebody said, why don't you buy pencils from made in UK, because they are of very good quality and you don't need to sharpen your pencil again and again. The Japanese boy said, if I don't use things made in my country, how can I expect world to use things made in my country? That is love for the country, what we had seen in those Japanese boys. This is something which is prevalent in entire Japan. They love their country. Love for the country is there in each one of them. And that's how the quality has come in everything. Whatever products they are made in Japan, they are of world-class standards. They are of very good quality because they believe that quality is something on which they need to work on. They have exceptional education system, no examination up to 10 years, and a lot of children, a lot of things. The character building is something which is the priority rather than teaching them the subjects. So that's about their education system. Let me give some little idea about the status of the country at this point of time. Well, basically, there are three national festivals. And the most important one, of course, is the Independence Day. That is what we are celebrating today. A lot of people, they say that we unfurl the flag on Independence Day, which is not right. We hoist the flag on Independence Day. And when I'm using the word hoist, the flag is on the ground, the flag is lifted on the pole, and then the flag is unfurled. That's called hoisting of the flag. So on Independence Day, the flag is hoisted. On Republic Day, the President of India unfurls the flag for the reason that in 1950, the India was independent, the flag was there at the top of the pole. Therefore, the flag was only to be unfurled. So on Independence Day, flag of India is hoisted. On Republic Day, flag of India is unfurled. Looking at the population of India, we have 1.41 billion people in India. The total population of the world is little over 8 billion. 1/5, that is, out of every 5 people, 1 person is Indian, and that is 18%. Out of 1/5 of the population of the world is Indian. That means 1 person out of every 5 is Indian. The land which India has got is only 2.4% of the total entire world's land. So let's see, for 18% population, it's only 2.4% land which is available in India. I think the biggest problem in the country is the population explosion.
Celebrate બધા ચોક્કસ કંપની એના ઘરે
Hello?
Please
Hello?
mute yourselves.
ઓનલી રંગ
Hello?
Mute yourself, everyone, please. Mute yourself, Sarojbin.
So land area is 2.4%. The population is 18%. So whatever growth and development which is taking place in the country is being absorbed by this population explosion. I think the government of India must think on this, and they must make provisions so that the population of the country is controlled. Well, recently concluded Olympic Games, you must have heard of a country which is a small country, Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has got a population of 3.6 crores. Uzbekistan is a small country which has got a population of 3.6 crores. They won 8 gold medals in this Olympics and 13 medals in total. So from 3.6 crores, they got 8 gold medals and 13 medals. There is another small country, which is Bahrain. Bahrain has got a population of about 18 lakhs. So a small country with 18 lakhs people, they won 2 gold medals, 1 silver medal, 1 bronze medal, and they were 33rd in the ranking as far as the Olympic Games is concerned. If we look at what happened with India, we sent 111 athletes for these Olympic Games, and the country spent around 470 crores on this Olympic Games. 111 athletes, 470 crores was spent by government of India. It's little over 4 crores per person. This is what the government of India spent. And if you calculate, it's more than 70 crores for 1 single medal which we earned in these Olympic Games. I think a lot of thinking is required. We must catch up the talent when they are young. They need to be groomed. They need to be provided with the training on the, in a professional way by using technology, so that next Olympic Games, so that next Olympic Games, we have many more people winning these medals in the Olympic Games. There were 6 other athletes, they were placed 4th. But if you look at athletics, we won only 1 medal and 1 person was out of the first 11. I think a lot needs to be done in this regard. So the way I said earlier, the love for the country, the respect for the national flag, the respect for the national anthem, I think is missing in our country to a great extent. This is something which must come in each one of us. Love for the country is something which should be there in each one of us. The education policy, which has come, is giving emphasis on, number 1 is right to education, That means from 3 years to 18 years, every child has right to go to the school, and they want to bring back those 2 crore children, those who are out of the school. Approximately 25 crore approximately 25 crore children, they are there in the studying in the schools, government schools and private schools, half of it, that is about 12.5 crores in government schools, and the equal number in the private school. So government of India is keen that by 2030, all eligible children should go to the school. That means schooling is something which is must for everybody. And they want to bring 50% of the people in the colleges, those who are eligible to go to college. The remaining 50%, they need to be provided with the skill education. We used to call it vocationalization. So skill education needs to be provided to that remaining 50% so that they become employable. Employability is a major problem in our country. So half of them should go for academics and the remaining half should acquire some skill or the other so that they become self-employed or they start their own business. And when the businesses are going to improve in the country, the employment is something which automatically is going to improve. So, and another thing, of course, the way I said, political morality is something that should improve. That is something which people should work on. So once again, I send my best wishes to one and all on the 78th Independence Day, which we are going to celebrate tomorrow. At this point of time, President of India is addressing nation and giving her views on the status of the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was inspiring hearing to you always. And I think always it's a blessing to have like-minded educators to bring a change in the mindset also. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sodan.
Yeah. So it was a really wonderful speech and very insightful knowledge by Sir. Thank you so much, sir. And now I would like to call Dr. Jelena Boskovic.
Jelena ma'am is
USC?
not there. Jelena ma'am is not there.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now
next time.
Jenny ma'am.
Jenny Rapsat from USA.
Yeah, she's from USA.
So,
She's also our guest. Please, ma'am, take the stage.
so warm welcome. And as per Indian traditions, we welcome you with hands joined with the namaste. I think the whole COVID was stuck to this namaste from India. So warm welcome, ma'am, on Metamorphosis to share your vision. And it's a blessing to have a global educationist from USA. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for that very warm welcome. I really appreciate it. And I am delighted to be here. I know that you have so many qualified and wonderful people on the panel here and who are viewing from home, students, educators, and school administrators. Thank you all for being here. I would also like to wish India a very happy 78th Independence Day. Is my sound level good for you? Is it good? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yes or no question. You have to say yes or no. Okay, thank you. But in preparation for this celebration, I did a little bit of research. One of the wonderful things that has happened to me over the past couple of years is that I've had an opportunity to work with several groups from India, and I'm learning a lot about the culture, and what I don't know, I like to go look up. And I was very intrigued by Viksit Bharat, which is on this sheet here. So I looked it up, and I found it very impressive that there is a plan to implement changes by the year 2047. And so I think that's a superb idea, to have a national plan that is stated and understood by everybody so that they can work toward that. I wish that we had more of that kind of unity here in my own country, where we have a plan, everybody knows what it is, and we work toward it. What I'd like to discuss today is a small part of implementation of any plan, and that is preparation and organization. When I was teaching at Purdue University Northwest here in Indiana, it became very clear to me that many of my students had virtually no training in time management. And I'm not talking about, sort of work-life balance that employed people deal with. I'm talking about students that really had no training whatsoever on how to organize themselves by semester so that they could reach their goal of graduation with good grades. So I found that it was important to me to teach time management skills to my students. And I have a very short slideshow with a couple of things that, people may be interested in. If I could share my screen, I would be happy to share that with you. Is that going to be possible for me to share my screen?
I'll make you the host, ma'am. Let me check.
Okay, thank you. That's very good. When we identify, thank you, when we identify that there is a problem with our students, which we do through assessments of their skill levels, then we have to make adjustments to our teaching plan so that we can help them get where they need to go. So I'm going to go to my slideshow here from the beginning. And basically, I just want to say hello to everybody, and then we'll go to the slide. When I was in graduate school, I was working in Chicago, taking the train into Chicago. It was 1 hour one way, so 2 hours round trip. I get to the train station and drive immediately to Purdue to take my classes. And I found that I had to be very conscious of time management because, you get tired working in the city and then, racing to school and taking care of a home. So I wrote this sign, which I posted on my wall above my computer screen. Motivate yourself or be miserable. Procrastination is self-inflicted punishment. Get it done. So later on, I shared this sign with some of my students who were having problems motivating themselves. One of the things that we notice when we teach in university is that students come from high school with a variety of skill sets. I would also like to wish India a very happy 78th Independence Day. Okay. Is my sound level good for you? Yes. I'm getting a feedback. Should I proceed or no? Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes or no question. You have to say yes or no. Okay. Thank you. But preparation for this celebration, I did a little bit of research. I am hearing myself, so I'm not sure what to do here. Professor Sunil, should I just proceed? Because I'm getting feedback in my head here. I'd like to go look up. All right. I'm just going to go ahead with my slide, and this is to encourage you to use, teach your students or yourselves if you need it, is to create and use a calendar system, whether you use one on paper or electronic on your computer or your telephone. I tried to set up that on my phone. I found that the constant reminders was really more distracting than helpful. But we need to teach our students to prioritize deadlines, the interim deadlines and the final deadlines for projects. And we can do this when we are helping them as we go through the syllabus, explain to them what's expected of them. We need to use daily to-do lists, weekly to-do lists, schedule self-care time because going to university or high school can be exhausting. We need to understand who we are and don't schedule big projects for late night the day before they're due, and work a little bit of flexibility into our schedule and ask for help when needed. And so here is a little to-do list that I put together as a sample that you might help your students. So fall term starts here on Monday, August the 19th. So let's say in this class, Fundamentals of Speech Communication, we have an icebreaker speech that's due on September the 3rd, but my speech outline is due by August the 26th. So I have an interim deadline noted and the actual deadline. The next class is English Literature. I have a term paper that's due on the morals, or if there is more than one moral, of the novel Tale of Two Cities. My abstract is due on August the 29th, and the analysis, my paper is due on September the 20th. So this is just a sample of the kind of to-do list that we can create, and I'd like to thank you for that and stop sharing. And basically, I just want to wrap up by saying that when we, as the instructor, identify that there is a skill gap in our students, because they all come from different schools into our classroom, so they don't all have the same information. And if we identify a skill gap, we have to help them. And especially university students, because they're coming from high school where it was a different world. Mom and dad intervened on so many things. Paper is due. Mom calls the school. Oh, my son has a cough, so I'm keeping him home today, so he can't turn in his paper. And then you get to university, and there are no excuses. Your paper is due, and if you can't come in person, then you better email it over there. So time management has been something that I found that I have had to teach single class. So thank you very much for inviting me to share a little bit of my teaching methods with you on this Independence Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jenny ma'am. It was wonderful hearing you. And definitely the lady with the magic hat, as always, with the beautiful Indian colors, with an orange hat, green jacket, and a white inner. So the spirit of unity, the spirit of India with tricolor. Here we have from USA, Jenny Rapsat ma'am. And always, as usual, with the magical smile and the magical hat. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, you always look very beautiful. Whenever you take the stage, I just admire you.
Oh, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Okay,
So,
now I would
yeah.
like to call Rania ma'am, Rania Lampu from Greece. She is our esteemed guest today, and we would like to hear from you, ma'am.
Yes, warm greetings, everyone. It's a great celebration today. I'm very happy to be among good friends and eminent speakers. Although it's celebration day today for India, it's a dark period for Greece because this week
Good evening, Rania.
we had a lot of distractions because of arsons, so wildfires. Wildfires, for the first time in the last 50 years, entered the capital, Athens. So many cities have been destroyed. The historical city of Olympic Games Marathon is completely destroyed. I have friends who lost their houses completely, and their fortunes and everything. And this is due to arsons. Actually, wildfires, which are made for the profit. You see a forest destroyed, and after 2 months, you see hotels in their place. Criminal activity. So today I want to focus me too, like Pratik, about values-based education, because everything starts from moral values. So as we gather today to celebrate Independence Day of India, I extend my heartfelt greetings to each one of you. August 15th is a day of immense pride for every Indian, a day when we remember the sacrifices of those who fought for the freedom and reflect on the progress India has made as a nation. As Dr. Ginny said, me too, the last 4 years since 2020, the COVID pandemic started, I have a lot of collaborations with India. I'm planning also to visit India also very soon. So 78 years ago, on this very day, India emerged from the shadows of colonial rule, standing tall as a sovereign independent nation. The journey since independence has been remarkable because Indians have made significant strides in education, healthcare, infrastructure, democracy, as Dr. Bhatia said. This has flourished as a beacon of hope for many around the world. So I would like to take a moment to focus, of course, on one of the most powerful tools of nation building, education and value education, the pivotal role that educators play in shaping the future of every country. Education is the foundation upon which a nation is built. It's this light that dispels the darkness of ignorance and the key that unlocks the doors to opportunity and progress. Educators stand, of course, at the heart of this mission because they are architects of the nation's future, shaping young minds with knowledge, values, and the critical thinking skills needed to navigate the complexities of the modern world. The role of teacher goes far beyond the classroom. It is about inspiring curiosity, nurturing creativity, and instilling a sense of responsibility and patriotism also in the next generation. So for me, values-based education in this era of AI is critical because in the next 2 years, I think it will be rare to find people with moral integrity. You will definitely find people with a lot of technical skills, digital skills, but you won't find easily people who have true moral values. So values-based education, actually, the goal is to foster holistic development in students, help them not just academically, but also morally, socially, and emotionally. And this approach seeks to create a positive school culture, as Dr. Sonal said, that supports students in developing a strong ethical foundation, leading to more responsible, to more compassionate, and more well-rounded individuals. The core values integration that could be core values like respect or empathy or integrity, responsibility, fairness should be embedded into all aspects of curriculum. And role modeling, because teachers and staff are expected to model the values they teach. This consistent demonstration of values in everyday actions, this will help students internalize and practice them. And of course, values-based education is related with character development because focuses on the overall development of students, including the character, the behavior, the interpersonal skills. It aims to build qualities like resilience, kindness, honesty, and diligence. And a positive school environment, a safe and supportive environment is this place where students feel safe, they feel respected, they feel valued. And schools actually emphasize peaceful conflict resolution. This way, when they invest in values-based education, they encourage students to solve disputes and through understanding and respect rather than aggression or exclusion. And all this is related with community, a global citizenship, because this encourages students to think beyond themselves, fostering a sense, of course, of responsibility towards the community, but towards also the broader world. And this includes promoting environmental stewardship, like what has happened, what we need here in Greece as a nation to understand, because every year we have the same problems with fire, social justice and civic engagement. Cultural awareness, of course, because students are taught to appreciate and respect the cultural diversity, preparing them to be open-minded and tolerant global citizens. And let's not forget about emotional and social learning, emotional intelligence, actually, how to understand and manage our emotions, to develop empathy, to establish positive relationship with others, mindfulness and reflection, and ethical academic integrity. Dr. Pratik presented, he talks about honesty, fairness, and academic work. So this could have a long-term impact because we develop life skills beyond academics. Values-based education equips students with the necessary life skills that are essential for personal success and fulfillment, such as teamwork or collaboration or leadership, and sustainable success. Because by focusing on values, this approach aims to prepare students not just for exams or careers, but for living meaningful, purpose-driven life. That's why I use the term sustainable success. How this could be implemented, how will be the strategies, of course, for curriculum design, integrate value-based lessons across subjects, use stories, case studies, real-life scenarios to highlight important values, of course, for teacher training, school policies, develop codes of conduct, parental involvement, how to engage parents in the values-based education process. Through community projects, involve the students in community service projects and promote service learning, volunteerism. And of course, the benefits of this approach could be enhanced academic achievement, better behavior, stronger relationships, and long-term success. So in conclusion, I want to say that values-based education, of course, is a powerful approach that nurtures the whole child, ensuring that not only children will excel academically, but also they will grow into ethical, compassionate individuals. So schools can help shape a better, more just, sustainable world. As we look to the future, let us reaffirm our commitment to education as a fundamental right for all. Let us strive to create an educational environment that is inclusive, innovative, and empowering, environment that actually equips our students with the skills and knowledge to compete on a global stage while remaining deeply rooted in the rich cultural heritage of a nation. And in doing so, we honor the vision of the freedom fighters who dreamed of an India where every individual has opportunity to learn, to grow, and contribute to the nation's development. We honor the legacy of great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, who believed in the transformative power of education to uplift communities and drive social change. So today, let us pledge to uphold the values of unity, of integrity, and let us work together to build a society where every citizen has opportunity to thrive, where diversity is celebrated, and where justice and equality are the cornerstones of our democracy. Happy Independence Day to all of you, and thank you very much for your attention.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Excellent. So next one, Sonal.
Yeah. Now we would like to call Nahid sir. Nahid sir, the most supportive member of our metamorphosis. We would like to hear from you, sir. Happy Independence Day.
So after Naisha, we'll move to Nazia ma'am, and the three girls will just share something small. Then after that, we will go to Nazia ma'am. So Naid sir, are you there? Can we move to Nazia ma'am?
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Okay. Please take
I'm
the
always
seat.
there. I'm always there.
Yeah,
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, all good. Please take the stage.
Yeah, I am taking happy independence to all.
Independence Day to all.
And it is indeed a very great platform that we have been participating in, right? And today's education is good education, but I want to add that the wisdom where children would be practicing what they learn, that is missing. Because if you talk about the traffic rules, we are flouting. If you are talking about the respecting elders, we are again disrespecting. So what is there? Basically, whatever we are learning, we are not practicing. It is required, right? Our forefathers, the ones who fought for our nation, they spoke and they did, right? So practical education was there. 1947, the ones who were fighting were us. They were very sincere people. Whatever they were saying, they were doing, right? And they sacrificed their lives. They led their lives, right? So example is leadership, basically, right? So we need to put ourselves into education in such a way that students are having their own decision-making power, which is not there today. We need to accord autonomy, which is not accorded. And whatever we are doing, children are reversing back when they are grown up. This should not happen. So considerable autonomy must be accorded to children, right? And children should try to manage class. Today we are managing the class, right? So we should lead the class so that children could become leaders tomorrow, right? And we should give them right? Freedom, right? Freedom in the class to answer the questions, whatever we are questioning. We are asking, we want the correct answer. Why we need correct answer? Let students initiate. When they initiate, brain is such a powerful tool. No, it will automatically be improving our all parts. Right, and children must be the participants in designing curriculum, designing discipline of the class and school. So these sort of autonomy is indeed missing. Right, sir was talking about right to education 2009. I'm very happy that it is very good act indeed. Right, so we need to empower children. We need to ask them what do they want today. Everyone is asking what do you want to become when you are grown up. No one is asking how are you feeling. So their feeling is to be respected. Right, so if feelings are respected, children would be happy, and happy children learn better. Today we need to make learning environment. So we fail to create environment. Right, children are mugging up contents. They are writing the way they teachers wish to see, because they're visualizing teacher, that how teachers would be checking. So they have their own vocabulary. So we need to understand them. Children are understanding us. We are not understanding children. So need of the hour is to understand children. When they are understood, when their requirement is felt, respected, so they become indeed a very good citizen. This is all. I'm slightly tired because no preparations are on for independence. So thank you.
So thank you, Nahid sir, for sharing such wisdom knowledge. And are your girls performing anything? Do they wish to say anything in short?
Pardon, ma'am?
Your girls want to share anything?
Yes. Lot many things are there, ma'am. Lot many things. Would you like to listen to them?
Yeah. So I would like to give them 2 minutes to all of them, so that we
Right,
can
ma'am.
proceed later.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am.
Yeah. You can call them. Yeah. So here we have the tiny little birdies on our Independence Day event today. So welcome to you all. Beautiful.
And respected ma'am. Today I am going my topic is Independence Day. My art is very beautiful. My art is very beautiful. My art is very needs. I have very much. And my plants have sequence. First is orange, is white, and third is blue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Lina Khan of class 3rd grade, here to deliver a speech on the topic of Independence Day. So today on Independence Day, let's make a promise to ourselves that we will always protect our country by maintaining brotherhood, helping everyone, fun, and educating ourselves. At last, I again wish you all a very happy Independence Day. And I hope together we can build a wonderful nation. Thank you. India marks its 78th Independence Day this year. Enjoy this national festival and share best wishes. Good evening, dear teachers and all of you present here. Today, I, Anusha Khan of class 6C, is here to express my words by delivering a speech on the topic of Independence Day. We celebrate Indian Independence Day every year on 15 August as a national holiday in India to commemorate the independence of the nation from the British on 15 August 1947. This was the day when the Indian Independence Act of 1947 came into effect, which transferred this legislative to the Indian Constituent Assembly. This year, India is celebrating its 78th Independence Day 2024. Furthermore, it is the most auspicious day for the people of India because India becomes independent after lots of hardships and sacrifices of the brave Indian freedom fighters. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good evening to all guest teachers and fellow students. I, Aksar Raza of class 50, is here to deliver a speech on Independence Day. Today we gather to celebrate the 78th Independence Day or our beloved nation India. On this historical day, we remember the sacrifices of our freedom fighter who fought valiantly to secure our freedom from British rules. Independence Day is not just a celebration of our past, but a reminder of the responsibility we carry as citizens of a free nation. Thank you, all of you, and have a nice day.
Wonderful, wonderful, excellent. So thank you for making this even more special with your presence and beautiful words. And keep empowering the next generation. Keep empowering us also. We also learning a lot from you. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sonal.
Yeah, now I would like to call Nazia ma'am. Nazia ma'am, please take the stage. Would love to listen some poems from you, ma'am. Kavita.
Everyone, celebrating this Independence Day is a blessing for me. I'm celebrating it with all the lovely souls around the world on this platform is a super blessing for me. Thank you, Sonali and Metamorphosis, for providing me this beautiful platform to celebrate our national festival. Inculcating nationalism among my students is one of my duties as an educator. Like a doctor takes pledge to save his or her patient physical condition, educators pledge to save students from negativity of thoughts and absence. It is said that whatever good traits we need to inculcate in our students, we first need to enrich ourselves with them. So, I enriched myself with the love of nation during my educational journey, practiced it by making friends from different religions, grew empathy for all of them before I entered the job of an educator. Likewise, if I want my students to learn G20 agenda of world brotherhood practically, I need to develop love for our nation, myself first. Because once the child learns to respect his or her nation, and find understand his or her friends' nation as well. And these national festival celebrations have a crucial role in this agenda. These celebrations help us to grow gratitude for all the freedom fighters of our nation, starting from the soldiers of Parapur cantonment till the devotion of our father of nation. And then we understand that it is a joint effort of many castes, creeds, religions to give us this freedom to live a life of our choice with the sense of nationalism and dignity for humanity. I would like to close my talk with this song, which I have specially written for this Independence Day occasion. Is my voice clear or should I not use the mic? Is my voice clear or should I close the mic?
Can't hear you
Yes,
properly.
yes.
Okay, so Nidhi, can you listen to me properly or is there some voice cracking?
There is an echo coming, echo coming.
Okay, I'll just close the mic so that it will be audible for you. Okay. So I would like to close my talk with this song, which I especially wrote for this Independence Day. And whatever I delivered just now, was it clear, audible, or should I speak it again?
No, ma'am, it
Yeah,
was
you can speak again, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, because I had written a very good write-up related to all those things which other educators have shared. Like Rania ma'am has shared that emotional strength and teamwork is needed. Jenny ma'am said time management is needed among the children. Bhatia sir said love for nation is needed. Dr. Prateek said truthfulness and honesty is needed. And Nahid sir said that practical learning and leadership inculcation is needed among the children. So this is how we have started NEP 2020 with life skills session in schools nowadays that covers all these traits building up among the children with the help of the educators. So I would like to start with Jai Hind everyone. Celebrating this Independence Day is a blessing for me, and celebrating it with all the lovely souls around the world on this platform is a super blessing for me. I thank Sonal Di to consider me as a part of Metamorphosis and giving me this chance to speak in front of you on this occasion. Inculcating nationalism among my students is one of my duties as an educator. Like a doctor takes pledge to save physical condition of his or her patient, an educator also takes pledge to save students from negativity of thoughts and actions. It is said that whatever good trait we need to inculcate in our students, we first need to enrich ourselves with them. So I enriched myself with the love of nation during my educational journey, practiced it with my friends. I made lots of friends related to different type of related to different communities and religious backgrounds. So I grew empathy in myself to be around them. That helped me to be in India with lots of empathy, compassion, and understanding skills. And these skills helped me when I entered in the role of educators, when I saw in a city like Pune, where from all over the India children come from different states of India. So a class of 35 children belonging to all the states of India is a very good learning environment for me to grow my compassion, my empathy, my understanding, so that sitting with those children and working with those children in the classroom, I could help them with all those positive thoughts to nurture that is needed for now G20 agenda. We say that Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. It is not an easy job to establish this thought among everyone. It's a very big target to achieve, and it will take a lot of time to build that level of compassion in which we can help the children to believe and behave like members of one family. And so I understand it. I developed all these things so that my children can see all those things in my nature, in my practical behavior, and they can learn from me. As we say that children learn what they see in front of them, rather memorizing some facts throughout the learning journey. And these national festival celebration, which we are doing today, one of the celebration, is a crucial part of this agenda to make children aware and prepare for universal brotherhood. These celebrations help us to grow gratitude for all the freedom fighters of our nation, starting from the soldiers of Barakpur cantonment till our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. And then we understand that it is a joint effort of many castes, creeds, religious people to gift us this freedom to live a life of our choice with the sense of nationalism and sense of dignity. I would like to end my talk with a very beautiful song which I love to write in every year on the occasion of Independence Day. Let's see, how is it?
It was a wonderful, ma'am.
तेरे प्यार में चल रंग जाए यारा तिरंगे, तेरे प्यार में चल रंग जाए यारा, तू भी है प्यार मेरा हम सबका सहारा, तिरंगे तेरे प्यार में चल रंग जाए यारा। 77 सालों का इसका इतिहास बड़ा ही अमर है, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई का भाईचारा भी संग है, सबने है माना तुझको सबने चाहा यारा, तिरंगे तेरे प्यार में चल रंग जाए यारा। धर्म जहाँ पर सबका इंसानियत बन जाए, कर्म जहाँ पे सबका हैवानियत से दूर जाए, धर्म जहाँ पर सबका इंसानियत बन जाए, कर्म जहाँ पे सबका हैवानियत से दूर जाए, देश को मेरे आशीष ये दे तू यारा, तिरंगे मेरे प्यार में तेरे प्यार में चल रंग जाए यारा। Thank you. Thanks a lot. Keep blessing. Stay blessed. Happy Independence Day in advance to all of you.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Sonaldi. Thanks a lot.
I want to request everyone to keep your cameras on so I can call up all of you one by one. Please keep your cameras on.
Nancy, cameras on.
So I would like to call Saroj Bain, Saroj Doriwala. Is she here? Saroj Bain, are you here?
Yes. But how to on camera? I don't know.
Tell your grandsons.
In the meantime, we can take Revati ma'am. Are you there? Okay. Saroj Bain is there. Okay.
Yeah.
So Revati ma'am, you are the next. Okay. Please cooperate. Yeah.
Please,
Yes.
Saroj Bain, take the stage.
Thank you for inviting me here on the Independence Day tomorrow. 77 years are completing our freedom fighters. पहले तो मैं एक कड़ी गीत की सुनाना चाहूंगी। जहाँ डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जहाँ सत्य अहिंसा और धर्म का पग पग लगता मेला, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। सचमुच में मेरा भारत महान था, मेरा भारत सोने की चिड़िया कहलाता था, मगर कई कंपनियों विदेश से आई और हमारे देश को लूट, काफी सारे कंपनियां हमारे देश को लूटने में सफल हुई, मगर हमारे जो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स थे उन लोगों ने अपने जान देके हमारे देश को आजादी दिलाई। अब 77 इयर्स में हमने क्या प्रोग्रेस किया? टेक्नोलॉजी में तो हम बहुत आगे बढ़ गए, मगर क्या ह्यूमैनिटी में हम आगे बढ़े हैं? जैसे जापान में बच्चों को पहले से ही ह्यूमैनिटी के लेसन सिखाते हैं, पर्यावरण के लेसन सिखाते हैं, वैसे भी हमारे देश में जरूरत है अब ह्यूमैनिटी के लेसन सिखाने की बच्चों को, क्योंकि जब से ये हाई टेक्नोलॉजी आई है मोबाइल की, तब से बच्चे सोशलिज्म में आगे नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं। हमारे सोशल रिलेशन डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं, फैमिली रिलेशन, फ्रेंड्स रिलेशन इतने क्लोज नहीं बने हैं अब तो, क्योंकि मोबाइल ने हम सब रिलेशन को थोड़ा दूर कर दिया है। तो बच्चों को ह्यूमन वैल्यू सिखाना है, पर्यावरण के लेसन सिखाना है, क्योंकि अभी आप देख रहे हो कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग अपने पीक पॉइंट पे पहुंच गया है। तो पर्यावरण के लिए मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि जैसे हमारा शरीर 5 एलिमेंट से बना है, वैसे यूनिवर्स भी 5 एलिमेंट से बना है। तो जितना हम पर्यावरण की केयर करेंगे, ब्रह्मांड यूनिवर्स के 5 एलिमेंट्स की केयर करेंगे, इतना हमारा बॉडी अंदर से रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा और हम इतने हेल्दी होते जाएंगे। तो सभी लोग इंडिपेंडेंस डे के दिन पर्यावरण की रक्षा करने की प्रतिज्ञा ले और एक पेड़ पौधा अपने नाम पे, देश के नाम पे प्लांट करे, तो हमारा ऑक्सीजन लेवल बढ़ेगा और जो ये इतनी सारी गर्मी हम इस साल झेल रहे हैं वो भी थोड़ी डाउन हो जाएगी। दूसरा मैं बोलूंगी कि हमारा जो युवा लोग फॉलो कर रहे हैं एक्टर लोग को। अब जो हमारे हीरो लोग हैं वो गुटखा की एडवर्टाइज कर रहे हैं, तो हमारा युवा लोग वो गैर मार्ग पे वो लोग मिसगाइड कर रहे हैं। तो व्यसनों से दूर रहने का, क्योंकि हमारा फ्यूचर वही है, आज का जुआन आगे जाके हमारा देश संभालेगा। तो कैसे देश संभालेगा, उसका थिंकिंग जब अलग होगा, जब उसकी तंदुरुस्ती अच्छी होगी तो ये तो टॉबेको खाकर तो युवान और तंदुरुस्ती खो रहा है। तो उससे व्यसनों से दूर रहने की जरूरत है। और क्या क्या बोल दूं, सबने तो
वेरी
बहुत
नाइस।
अच्छा अच्छा बोल दिया। तो बस मैं यहाँ से स्टॉप करती हूँ कि
वेरी नाइस सरोज बेन, बहुत अच्छा, आपने बहुत अच्छा नॉलेज दिया हम सबको कि सबको एक एक पेड़ उगाना चाहिए। ऑक्सीजन लेवल हमारा जो डाउन जा रहा है, तो हम सबको
हाँ
एक एक पेड़ उगाना चाहिए। इंडिपेंडेंस डे पर हम लोग को सबको ये प्लेज लेना चाहिए। इट्स रियली वेरी
हाँ
नाइस मैम।
I hope for the English educators, I hope did you understand what Saroj Bain said? Focus more on the pollution, focus more on the protecting our environment as per the sustainable developmental goals of education, and inculcating the spirit of humanity, inculcating the spirit of spiritualism in children, and plant a tree in your name on this Independence Day so that more and more greenery is there around Mother Earth. So am I right, Saroj bhai?
यस यस, वी शुड लव अवर मदर अर्थ, बिकॉज मदर अर्थ ही सब कुछ हमको देती है। जो हमारी जरूरत पूरी करती है, सब कुछ मदर अर्थ करते हैं। हम मदर को प्लास्टिक नहीं देने की प्रतिज्ञा ले और उसकी रक्षा करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले, सब
Thank you so much.
इंडिविजुअली।
Thank you for being here today. Thank you.
थैंक यू फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी। हैप्पी
Thank you.
इंडिपेंडेंस डे।
Happy Independence Day. Now I would like to call Nancy.
Revati ma'am, yeah.
Revati ma'am. Okay. Please, Revati ma'am, take the stage.
Namaste. Thank you, Sonal ma'am, for this opportunity. Happy Independence Day. So, good evening to you all. On the eve of this Independence Day, I extend my warmest wishes to all. So, may this special day remind us of the strength, courage, and unity that defines our nation. So it's an honor to stand to speak before you on two fundamental pillars that shape our lives and our society, our education and the integrity. So on this Independence Day, as we celebrate the spirit of freedom and the strength of our nation, so let's also reflect on the role of education and the integrity in shaping our future. This integrity in education is just about following some rules. So it's about building a culture of trust and respect from the ground up. And we know that education shapes our future. It also gives the knowledge. It also opens the doors to the opportunities. But education is more than just learning facts. It teaches us how to think. It teaches us how to solve the problems. It also teaches us to understand the world and integrity. That is crucial because it means being honest and doing the right things even when no one is watching. And in education, it involves being fair and truthful because students should complete their own work and they are avoiding the cheating. So here teachers needs to be clear and consistent. So integrity creates a trustworthy environment. Then they can also ensure everyone has a fair chance to succeed. So it prepares students to act ethically in the nature, in their future. So they also builds the credibility there, and it also promotes the real learning. So integrity shows in everyday action. It's a student who chooses not to cheat and as an employee who admits mistakes and fixes them. So it's a business leader who refuses the corruption even at a cost, and a teacher who treats every student fairly. And this integrity means keeping the promises, being punctual, and respecting the confidentiality. So it also having the courage to tell the truth, even when it's hard, because honesty is more important than the convenience. And that's why our role in promoting the integrity in education is to lead by example and be honest. So we should teach students the importance of honesty, and they have to follow some clear rules. So providing support helps students avoid teaching. So we should encourage discussions about the ethics, then recognize honest behavior. So being fair in grading and calmly addressing that dishonesty, it helps students learn from their mistakes. And by doing these things, we create a trustworthy and ethical learning environment. So when we prioritize the integrity, now we build trust among the students, among the teachers, among the institutions. So it measures that everyone is evaluated based on their abilities and based on their efforts. So the fairness is crucial for fostering a positive learning environment and preparing students to ethical behavior in their future careers. So on this day, let's commit to upholding these values in our educational system. So by modeling this honest behavior, so we have to enforce the clear policies and supporting our students. We have to contribute to a culture of integrity. So this will not the quality of education, but also the strengthen the moral fabric of our society. So as we celebrate the independence, let's also pledge to cultivate a spirit of honesty and fairness in every classroom and every interaction. So together we can build a future where the integrity and education go hand in hand, leading our nation to greater heights. So with this, when we combine the education with integrity, we build strong responsible individuals. So these individuals can lead, inspire, and make a positive impact on the society. So I urge every of you to commit to these principles in your own lives, whether as a student, whether as an educator or citizens. Together we can create a culture of trust and respect, and that will guide us to new heights. So thank you for your attention, and let's continue to work towards a future where education and integrity lead the way. So happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call Nancy. Please, Nancy, take the stage.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm clear to everyone. There's little bit of network issue this side. Everyone can hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Most of the points are covered by all the members here, so I wouldn't take much time. First of all, as an educator, I would little differ from all the points are covered. It is the same point what Dr. Pratik Rajan has said. Just now, Ma'am Revati said the same thing. Like as educators, we need to be honest and true to our calling. But today, this is not happening. Just to tell you about the TET, Teacher Eligibility Test, which is, completely shaken all the teachers who are even 10 years experience. Those who have to, go through this gruesome, they have to give this teacher eligibility test when they have actually already passed 10 years you're teaching, 10 years you're into the profession. I guess they have passed the, walking through the fire, but they have to pass TET, otherwise there will not be any increment in their salary. There won't be any promotions. So this really pulls a teacher down. Like I am witnessing two of the teachers who are 10 years. 2013 onwards, they have to give this TET, and these teachers had joined in 2012, but they became permanent in 2013. So this is something painful. I mean, like this is not justified. So the new teachers who are coming, at least it's okay. Like they have to give this TET and pass. And recently, what I came to know is that again, corruption is playing a very big role. It's like you give money, 25 lakh something, and you are passed in the TET. How it is done and all, not going into the depth. But I guess this has to be cut short, because everywhere it is like corruption, corruption, corruption. So where are we going to produce good children? I mean, good students. If teacher itself is going to bribe and she's going to, get qualified, and while the other teacher is giving exam, she's, drowned with the spirit ki I have to give this, even after having my 10 years of experience. So it is like you're not having a qualified teacher. You're just having a teacher who has given, bribe, and she's just for the sake of salary or whatever it is. So this has to change, and this has to be, I mean, it has to be molded into some other test or something like that. And this test could happen when they are giving the B.Ed exam itself. When you are enrolling for your B.Ed or you are just finished with the B.Ed, I think this TET exam could be held, not while you are teaching. You're into the profession, and every now and then this teachers are like, taxed with this mental pressure ki we have to, go through the same salary, and it's like it's creating a ruckus between the teachers who are earning the scale and the ones so it is like, the family is broken on the biasness. And who has created, of course the government has created, the education department has created it. So I would really call for a change over here. Whoever is in authority, I would, really beg to them ki you have to look into it and do some changes for these teachers who are really dying out. And I guess they might leave the teaching profession, who are actually called to teach. Then comes, as you see, cheating. Cheating is very, very easy, and it's like, chalta hai. And I also heard a teacher saying that, very good, you didn't get copied. I'm like, there are some points which are deducted if your class is not, if your class is copying. So she was very happy. Okay, my class is not caught copying. Everybody knows some of the children are cheating, while some of the children come and tell us, ma'am, so and so copied. So this copying and this cheating, little slowly. So I just had a reel which really tells the real thing. If you're dishonest at this little things, you're cheating, you're bringing chits. Okay, you're making a micro Xerox. You're planning. That means you're planning to copy. It's not instantly happening. So you're planning to copy. The child is planning to copy. The child has planned to cheat. How is he going to be a successful or an honest, an officer or a clerk? And thereby, how is he going to be an honest individual or a husband or a wife to the partner? So finally, what are we creating? So today, what I feel is that more than child-centered, what we used to be when we were taught in the B.Ed that it has to be child-centered learning, I think it's becoming parents-oriented learning. So we think about the parents, they are paying fees, we have to keep them happy, all these things. When we give corporal punishment is not allowed because of course, some of the teachers who took it in a wrong way. This turned out to be an ugly thing. While some parents will come and tell you, Maro, Maro, Are, Maro, what are we going to do with Maro? And how are we going to give constructive punishment? When we give impositions, like for example, I give imposition, write this answer 3 times, 4 times, geometry, like a 9th standard. So though I'm teaching science, I give them geometry because I know geometry is difficult for children. So I give geometry as a imposition so that, this they are ready for the exam. But there are some parents who will not in my case, but of course, who try to, the other teachers try to implement the same. There are many parents who come and complain, Are, you give so much, imposition. How can you do this? What type of teacher? So this is like backfiring. What are you going to do? How are you going to train the child? When something wrong is done, you need to give a punishment, but it has to be constructive. So this is what I guess imposition is the right way. Like they're learning an answer and they know that they had done wrong, so we are doing it. But here we need parents' cooperation. So if we are instilling values, I'll tell you about Independence Day. Now tomorrow is a compulsory Independence Day celebration for the 9th standard and 10th standard especially. Okay, at least in our school. So 9th and 10th has to come, but still I will have some of the students taking leave, remaining absent. And when I will be asking the next day, they will say, Ma'am, first they will hide, but then I know. So the parent himself or herself tells, it's okay, beta. Thursday अभी छुट्टी है, तो Wednesday को Independence हम लोग 2 दिन बाहर जाके आते हैं. So घूम फिर के आते. The importance is not given by the parents itself for our Independent Day. So parents has to instill that, Independence Day is important. Flag is hoisted in your school, you have to attend. And maybe in the building also there is a flag hoisting. So if the parents start giving importance, the child also will give importance. He is imitating. What happens when the national anthem is sung? Like when the secondary section is left, we are moving, and the primary section's national anthem. You will find parents walking and they'll say, it's okay, this is primary ka national anthem. National anthem is national anthem. So this has to be taught. Also, of course, some teachers walking away. It's okay, it is not for us. So this is where, I had a very nice view, like it was a Christmas night. And somewhere, I don't know where, but suddenly the national anthem started, in the middle of the road. I guess some car, but, one car stopped. So all the cars stopped behind that. And that was such a lovely scene to see. Still, I remember that. And the moment they heard Jana Gana Mana and they stopped. And then we realized it was a police van where they, by mistake, when they were checking, it all started. So actually this spirit should be there for their country, the pride. And also we see children, 9th standard I'm talking, they will not sing like Jana Gana Mana. They will not sing. They don't have any pride that, okay, it's our country, we belong to the soil. So all these important things are being lost out. It has to come right from the childhood and from the early learnings. So this has to be incorporated with the help of the parents. We have to have hand in hand with the parents. I think only then we will be successful in these terms of, whatever we want to say, values and integrity, everything, it has to go hand in hand. Others, when we have cheating case, when it's caught, then you hear when they are passing by, they'll say, अरे बेटा चलेगा, ये टीचर ने पकड़ लिया, तेरे को चलेगा, उसको ज्यादा ही है. Such comments where the child says, okay, my parents are okay with it, it's okay. Okay. And then you will hear them, why did you get caught? You should have thrown, you should have done this. So this is where the value has to come from all the side, from the teacher, from the parents itself. So from the family, the values are instilled and it is being supported by the teachers. So then only we can have a India which will be corrupt free or minimum corruption. And of course, one more point which I have to speak, where Bhatia sir said, population explosion. It's too much. I think we have to go back to where, it was like when I was small, I used to hear my dad paying fees for me. I'm the 4th child. And my dad paying fees for me, but he used to not pay for my sister who is 3rd. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, they were free education. But for me, being the 4th child, I had to pay fees. So I used to ask my dad, why? Only for me, I have to pay fees. So my dad said, you're the 4th child. So the government says, if you have kids after three children, then you have to pay for them. So something has to start like this to curb this population explosion. Because as ma'am said, Saroj ma'am, Mother Earth has got lots in abundance to fulfill for our needs, but of course not for our greeds. So this every person has to remember, and that way every person has to do their family planning and also spread awareness. And I think your government has to strictly take rules or implement rules where population explosion should be curbed. Otherwise, India will be still developing only. And we will pass away from here. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Nancy, wonderful. Yeah, I always stress on this fact is that why did COVID had to come? Why did we get to see the pandemic? There is a reason behind it. When collective bad energies connect together to disintegrate the system, to destroy certain value systems created by our forefathers. So COVID is I will say, a alarm clock for everyone to wake up, take action, what has gone wrong, unlearn. I've seen 90,000 educators talking about learn, unlearn, relearn. Learn and relearn is happening, but we are not unlearning. Unlearning takes a lot of practice. Stop taking awards, stop paying for awards, stop going for awards. Take it with due credit. Even if you feel you're not getting it, no problem, no problem. Take your capacities, your capabilities into action. Only then the children will learn. If the parents are okay, yeah, I have a lot of money, I'm going to give you money, go and buy it, don't take the efforts, children pick up the same thing. But when they go for the interview, now they don't watch the degrees on the paper. They say what life skills you have. And what are those life skills? They will test you on that ground while interviews. There you will fail. And then you will come with a big question. I have this degree, I have that doctorate, I have an honorary doctorate. Where did I fail? You failed in life skills, which is absent, which was monitored silently by the top authorities, which were not observed by the parents, that these are also the prerequisites needed to succeed in life. So as educators, we need to walk on the path of integrity. And many educators, I think, should wake up now. And we do have on Metamorphosis very, very excellent educators who I think don't run immediately where the herd goes. So it is right to say birds of a feather flock together. The birds of the feather flock together in times of crisis to save one another, but not for foolish things and actions. So agar one is going, don't run behind where all 100 are going. Think, use mindset, use your educated mindset. Am I right to go for that or no? Am I deserving of that award or no? Because see, even I have 20 awards and they are just kept on the showcase. Are they going to pay our bills? Are they going to give us opportunities for growth? No, they will be just lying on the showcase collecting dust. So if you are earning on your capacity, on your achievements, मेहनत करके आप जो करोगे बच्चे वही देखेंगे, वही अपनाएंगे as parents, as educators. So my only request to everyone over here is don't follow the herd. अगर एक sheep जाती है तो सारे मत भागो, रुक जाओ, अपना रास्ता नया निकालो. So always go on the road which is not traveled by others. It is risky, it will be scary, but believe me, that is the road that will take you to better growth and success. I think due to which I have landed on Metamorphosis here, collecting all of you over here to bring a change, कि आप उस तरफ मत जाओ जहाँ सारे जाते हैं. So I think we all know story of a man and a shepherd and a lion. When the lion used to come, the shepherd used to ring and the villagers didn't come. But finally, when the lion arrived, nobody paid heed. So the same goes with us. When the final award is waiting for you on your achievements and hard work, you don't want to go for it. You want to run, which is free, which has no value. So now every time, again and again, I am going to raise the voice over here. Follow your actions, follow the path of integrity, because integrity is the best education that is going to take you forward in life. So thank you so much, Nancy, for highlighting all the crucial practical issues. Thank you.
Nancy ma'am, you spoke from your heart. Really, it was real nice hearing you.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Sonu.
Okay.
So
So
next
now I
one
would
is
like to call Anjum ma'am.
Preeti ma'am. Yeah.
Acha.
Acha, okay. Well, Preeti ma'am has also been waiting. So anyway, now I think we are nearing the session now.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Preeti ma'am, please take the stage.
Hello, ma'am. Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, Nancy ma'am. Yeah.
Happy Independence Day, ma'am.
In advance, I would like to wish all of you Happy Independence Day. And I would like to present one poem which is written in Marathi by me regarding or on Happy Independence Day. स्वातंत्र्य दिनाचा सोहळा भाषणांची आतिषबाजी. स्वातंत्र्य दिनाचा सोहळा भाषणांची आतिषबाजी. देशभक्तांच्या त्यागाची आठवण करीत आजी. देशभक्तांच्या त्यागाची आठवण करीत आजी. राष्ट्रध्वज फडकवला जातो देऊन त्या सलामी. भारताच्या समृद्धीसाठी आखुनी योजना आगामी. केशरी पांढरा हिरवा सजतो रांगोळीत. केशरी पांढरा हिरवा सजतो रांगोळीत. दृश्यते चैतन्य जागवते मनामना. सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम वाढवी उत्सवाची शोभा. सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम वाढवी उत्सवाची शोभा. हाच तर खरा भारताच्या एकात्मतेचा गाभा. See, we all belong to different places, but still we are right now together. So that is called as unity of India.
Unity in diversity.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Preeti
you
ma'am.
so
Thank you for highlighting all the three colors as a symbol of hope, love.
Okay. So
Great.
now,
Thank you.
can we call Anjum, ma'am?
So next one. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had to just log off for some time and then again back, and I'm happy to see this till the program is going on. And Preeti ma'am, your poem is amazing because I can understand Marathi very well being in Maharashtra. So yes, that was a very good poem and that was a very good message given by Preeti ma'am. And first of all, happy Independence Day to all of you. And I was listening, I saw a presentation by Pratik Pungekar sir, and then one more presentation, and then now I was listening to Nancy ma'am, Sunil ma'am. Yes, of course, when we talk about, we need to talk about integrity. Like, I will just share an experience. Like recently in our college, the university has introduced one subject that is known as the universal human value. So at that time, I could see the reaction. You won't believe, no one was like happy with the subject. Everyone was thinking, "Arey, ye kya ho raha hai?" This is the kind of faces the students used to make. And I said, like, see, you need to understand the human values at the first place. We were saying the big question mark was that why should engineering students study this universal human? I said, see, it doesn't matter that whether you are an engineering student or an art student or commerce student, you are human beings. So you should know human values. And whatever courses you study, if you don't have this human values inside you, you're not going to go for a very long time. You might be getting success, like you might be getting this placed in some good company, you must be getting a good package. But that inner peace that you want, that achieve only through human values. Others, the universal human values, when even I started studying, because I completed UHV1 and UHV2 program, that is Universal Human Values, that is Faculty Development Program by AICT, especially for the faculties from the technical colleges. So I could reflect on it better because I did those programs. And like if you see in my backdrop was self-exploration and self-care. So the self-exploration, actually, I learned from the UHV, and self-care I learned from Sunil ma'am. So these two things, in fact, what I believe is we keep on talking like she is doing like that, he is doing like that, my colleague is behaving so way. But I think first, I guess we should become from self. Even we think of, if you see the alphabets, I comes before we. So that is that is a fundamental thing that I follow. We should concentrate on ourselves before just blaming others for something that has happened to us. We should concentrate on ourselves. We should explore ourselves. We should care for ourselves. We should set healthy boundaries. That is very, very important. Not just boundaries, but I think healthy boundaries. That is very important because these two things are again different. So we need to have that. And as educators, it is our responsibility somewhere that we teach this things like before any other technical term that we must be teaching in class, but honesty, integrity, compassion, gratitude, trust. So this is all which our students should learn at the very first time. Only then I think we will be having a prosperous country. Yes, we think that because it is a digital age, we should be having innovation. There should the gap between the industry and academia should be reduced. Yes, everything should be done. But any innovation, any invention, any bridging of the gaps, that will be possible only when we human beings transform. So, in short, I will just like to say on this Independence Day, yes, never compromise for integrity, honesty, and all. So please be human beings in the first place. Care for yourself, care for everyone around you. It doesn't matter whether it is your friend, your relative, or any other person, but you just need to care for ourselves. Treat everyone equally. So this should be our motto, and I think yes, we can be having a very peaceful life, not just for ourselves, but for everyone living on this. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You, ma'am, highlighted like so carefully we take care of our cars, how strictly we follow the traffic rules. कार में scratch नहीं आना चाहिए. Petrol खत्म हो गया तो how will we pass the destination? So we are so careful about the minutest of things, only concerned with the traveling and the car. So our body is also a car. Our body needs healthy petrol, healthy nutrition, and this comes only when our total inner engineering of our thoughts and minds are actually in action with the words that we speak. So we don't need to follow bookish knowledge. Only if we are able to implement, share it with the world. But if you're not able to implement, don't share it with the world. Because I always believe if you cannot do, don't preach. Spread it out. Voice it out. Yes, I am doing it. I want everyone to do it. But if you feel you're not able to do it and you want to just preach, there are many saints, there are many monks in the world. Everyone is spreading knowledge. But I think it takes guts to actually walk on the words that we are speaking, which is not happening. We need to align our thoughts with the words that we speak, with the actions taken by us. Only then education is easy, navigating the full journey of being a proper educated human. So thank you, Nancy, Anju ma'am, for sharing your views. And last but not the least, we come to Sonal ma'am. Who is the next?
Shraddha. Is Shraddha there, ma'am? I can't see her.
Yeah, I think Marine ma'am is also there. Marine ma'am, Shraddha has left. Marine ma'am is there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
please, Marine ma'am, please take the stage and share some knowledge with us.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, and I greet everyone in the greeting with peace and blessings. Thank you, Sonal ma'am, for having us all here today talking about this. I'm sorry I'm joining late, but I know I missed a lot, but I will catch up on your recording. Everyone speaks so much of insight, and I think we can all take so much from everybody, but taking it is one thing, using it is something else. And for me, there's two things. From the educator perspective, from the teacher perspective. If you are somebody who's standing in a classroom or even in front of a parent, wherever you may be, but because you're the teacher, you have the mindset of, I know everything, then that is your number one fault. Because none of us know everything. We have to keep learning. As a teacher, it is your onus on you to keep learning and developing yourself. Because I can't keep teaching other people other things if I don't know it by me. And why do I say that? Because even when it comes to behavior of a child in my classroom, whether it's in a lecture hall at university or in a school field, that child is watching my every move. That child is hearing how I speak. So you as an educator must remember how you act, how you speak, what your reactions are to everything around you. Some child out there is watching that. And that is becoming what their mentorship is without you even knowing it, because they don't have a mentor at home sometimes. So in the role that we play as a teacher, there's so many different avenues to the teaching nowadays. Half of it we don't even know about, because when we get to the class, lesson plan has to be finished, curriculum has to be done, stats has to be done properly for the office. All of these things have to get done, and then you leave the classroom and you have to go back to your life. But do we sit and pause to understand what is my impact on one of those children. Just my greeting or smiling at this child could be what saves this child sometimes. And even when we have to look at our children, sometimes we as teachers get assessed by what the results are on the report card of our children we've taught. Parents at home or the guardian at home, they assess the child's success by the report card that comes home. And I say, do you know that's where we are going wrong? Because sometimes that report card is not the success of the child. That report card is not the know-all and be-all of this child. There has got to be something better in this child. So even if there is a fault on the child, how we react to it is also so important. So I'm going to that's just what I wanted to highlight, because everybody has said so many beautiful things. I think it's so important for us as teachers to remember to grow ourselves as we try and grow our learners. But also while we're doing that, to remember success has to be redefined for us too every day. You know, you may be a specialist in one field today and tomorrow you'll love something else. Learn it and develop yourself in it. There's nothing that stops that. And that makes other children want to learn more. Some are not academically inclined. Some will be skill inclined, tradespeople that will be successful later on. And they'll meet you and they'll say, but ma'am, I watched you do this one day and it made me feel good and I wanted to do it for myself. So the impact that we have is far more than what's in a classroom or on the report card for children. And sometimes the parents need us to also nurture them, sadly. So how we also react with the parents will help a parent either be better for the child or not. And that for me is so key, because we play such an integral role in developing these children forever. At some point, I mean, I walk around now and everybody would stop and say, how are you, ma'am? And where did I meet you? I can't remember, but they would remember. You know, they remember who you are because of the impact you create. And that's what that's what you do. That's why we do what we do. It's not because we want the certificate on the wall. It's because we want to impact someone's life, that the legacy they keep is from what we've taught. So I thank you, Sonal, again. I'm sorry, I won't go any further, but thank everyone for being here as well. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So everyone collaborated to spread actual critical thinking. We need to do critical thinking for ourselves first. Only then we can teach children critical thinking. So I think I'm right. We talk about critical thinking, but are we actually implementing on ourselves? No. We talk, but we don't. So it's time to implement the critical thinking, the growth mindset, which is the need of the heart, to walk on the path of integrity, and definitely academic excellence will come with this. So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your words of wisdom on this Independence Day or metamorphosis. So over to you, Sonal, for thanks. And if everyone has a paper ready with the words, so everyone can just share the word that they have written and the quote. You can click the screenshot also.
Can't see, ma'am.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Equality and equity, we need the need of the heart for each and everyone, for educators and for children, both together, to create a better learning environment. Equality and education.
Please, everyone hold the paper so I can take a screenshot.
Okay. Can you even see it? All right. I printed it out. Maybe you can read
Keep it up, ma'am. No issue.
Yeah, I printed it. Okay. Can you see that?
You can remove the
P is for
background. You can remove the background. You can remove the background. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to print it.
It's
because,
visible. Yes.
Oh, there you go. Because when I wrote it out by hand, you definitely couldn't read it. P is for people. Education
Together
empowers
we
people
can and we will build a better nation
Yes,
for
ma'am.
our next generation.
Yeah, I took the screenshot.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So over to you, Sonal, for thanks to all and for the Vande Mataram.
Yeah, it was really wonderful hearing you all, beautiful guests and all the honorees here, all the educators here. So shall we sing a Jana Gana Mana song?
नहीं, Vande Mataram. Jana Gana Mana. Yeah, Vande Mataram. Okay.
If everyone has a flag, please hold the flag in your hand. Nazia ma'am, come on, start. We'll sing that song. Vande Mataram. Vande
Okay.
Mataram.
Vande Mataram.
मलयज शीतला श्यामला
मातरम वंदे मातरम
पुलकितयामिनी पुलकुसुमिता मदल शोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुर भाषिणी सुखदाम वरदाम वंदे
मातरम मातरम
भारत माता की
Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here with me, with Metamorphosis, with all of us to bring a change and for your esteemed presence to each and everyone. We personally thank you for being a part of today's Independence event. So
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and taking out your so precious time. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
all
so
of
much.
Happy Independence Day to everyone
Happy
in
Independence Day.
advance.
Thank you, ma'am Sonalta. Thank you so
My
much, Chief ma'am.
pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Take care, all of you all. God bless.
Good night.
Thank you so much.